positioning the solar panels the best way possible. So I was going. We might do a bit of a giveaway here. Now we can do them all. Let's go.
It's gonna be one of those days. You get to see my head today, so I'm gonna start. I got extra insulation, extra foil board, so I'm going to start putting that up. Jeremy's already started doing some of it. I've got tape measure, I've got my little knife, because I don't know where the normal wires are. And we're just gonna start putting more in, so.
Righto, so today we're going to mount up the two 350 watt Kickass solar panels that we've purchased. Now we've been down to Action Aluminium and got ourselves some 50 by 50 by 1.6 angle cut at 300. So we're going to drill a few series of holes in these and then we're going to mount them all to the solar panel. So I'll show you how we're going to actually mount them. So we're going to raise them up just a little bit like that, and they're going to be mounted like this. So you're going to be screwed to the side and flush mount. The screws are all going to be hidden underneath the solar panel. So we're just going to screw a couple in there first, get the position of it on the roof, pull the brackets off the panels, screw them into the actual roof, and then we'll screw the panel into the solar panel later on. So let's get stuck into it.
Explain your new jig system to the people.
So we were sitting here piss farting around. I was waiting for Chelsea and I just want to get shit done because I hate mucking around. So Chelsea's sitting there with the Textar, you know, taking forever just to mark these out, just to work out the center lines. So it's taken me 30 seconds. I've just made a jig. Now we can do them all. Let's go.
Same? Hope so.
be an issue. At least then they're on an angle. So I'm thinking I might flip that bracket around to get the panel over a bit more. So we've got a bit of surface rust on the roof we've got to fix up as well. We'll get stuck into that anyway. At the moment we're just positioning the solar panels the best way possible. So I was going to run them vertically, but it's not going to work that way because the roof is curved. So we'll have to run them the other way. It makes no difference, it's the same dimensions either way, but we'll figure it out now. Yeah, the end brackets, I'll flip them so they're inwards, and then I can probably bring the panel. They're both going to pivot like that, so the rain will just run straight off them.
So basically what we need is something that's like this. Not on a funky angle like that. And then the next mold would be like that. So then the panel sits like that. If that makes sense. So that's, you know, angle, straight. Yeah, anyway, that's what we're trying to speak. So we've spent the morning finishing the foil board throughout the bus. So we're going to put wool in these, like wool insulation in these bits because they're curved and it will be very difficult to get foil board. So we've foil boarded basically everywhere. We've just got to finish up there and then happy days. So we've just done a little sweep of the whole place, made it all clean, just so we can make it dirty again.
Yeah, I've got to build some more framing for the behind the fridge over there, and then we can foil board all that. And then basically we'll use anywhere there's no foil board, we're going to use the 2.5 rated wool bats. So we'll use them, we'll stuff them in all the holes and all the pockets with all the curves. Mm-hmm. Easier than foam.
So where are we putting the cable hole? There. So we're going to get all the solar panel cable hole thingies to come through there. And then
I've got to run more cabling. So all the main cabling for the bus is going to run all together. So it'll run right down the center, and all the lighting, fans, cigarette sockets, range hoods, everything. It's all going to run down the same way. There may be some that'll run down the opposite side where the fridge and that is, but we'll work at that when we get there. But that's what we've done now. I've insulated it all. I've worked out where all the furniture and all the 12-volt appliances are going to go. So we're going to run all the cabling for that. I'm going to put the solar cable and the glands in today as well. And basically we can just start ordering roof sheets and putting roofs and lights and getting it all happening. Okay, so we're getting stuck into the wiring today. I'm running cables for the fridge, the TVs, and basically all the 12-volt wiring, and the 240-volt wiring is basically already done. So I just got to run it all through the roof a bit better, put some rubber grommets and things in where all these go through, and all the 12-volt wiring, as I mentioned. So we're getting stuck into that. I've been to a caravan place today, a supplier. I've ordered some door handles, shower roses, TVs, whole bunch of stuff. And as you would have already seen, I've got some cracking deals on Marketplace. I've ordered heaps of stuff off Marketplace, got some good deals on that. So we're gonna get stuck into all that. We'll show you everything that we've got. That's basically the plan for today. I'm gonna get stuck into wiring, run all the cabling so then we can get the roof sheets up and start fitting this thing out. Let's do it. as you can see, I've got cabling here that runs basically everything. So everything on here is all labelled. So we've got the 12 volt TV. So there's two 12 volt tellies, one in the bedroom and one just above the driver's seat on the wall we're mounting. They're going to be 32 inches. They're smart tellies. They're pretty cool. So they're going to be good. And basically all the reference points, all the wiring, I'm running all to one point, and then we'll fuse them all off. So there's no dramas. Now, as you can see, all the 12 volt is all just going to be running through the roof, through these rubber grommets and things, and all down one point. So there is going to be some that will run obviously along the wall here on this side, but for the most part, all the 12 volt wiring is going to be running through the middle. So that's what we're going to get done today. We're going to try and finalize all the wiring, and then we can start putting the roof sheets up and getting stuck into this fit out. Righto, I've been down to Australian camping, caravanning and camping, Oz, I'm pretty sure it's called. Now these guys are a merged company. They are all brand new and they haven't completely set up everything yet, but they are going to be a killer shop once they get everything running. So we've gone down there, we've spoken to a couple of people there, and we've got ourselves some cabling, some TVs, a whole bunch of lighting, and they've really looked after us on what we've got. So at the moment, I'm still running the cabling, so I'll show you what I've got there. So all we've got here is just 15 amp, 4 mil. It is red and black. Now there's 100 meters of that. So I was originally using just the 15 amp automotive cable, which is like basically double sheafed. So if you can see, let me show you. So if you can see this stuff here, it's got the big sheath on the outside, and it's got obviously the two wires which are already sheathed as well on the internal. So that's pretty good, but it's pretty much overkill for what I'm doing. I did get that cable cheap, so I just used it, but we will be switching to using this stuff here because I can get it even cheaper than the other stuff. So that's what we'll do. We're going to use that cabling. I've still got heaps more wiring and stuff to do, but gas bagging's not getting it done, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so we've run a whole bunch of wiring, so I'll show you what we've done there. We've got some cabling coming from this angle. We've got cables coming from the roof in the center coming down. Now I've ran them through the back here, as you can see, and then they come out here. So I didn't want the wires coming down here. I didn't want to move the bed forward either to run the cabling through there, so they just run basically on the outside under the cover of the bus, which I'll show you in a minute, and they come through here. So we've got some just a bit of pinch weld in there where I've cut out the hole, and we've just got a bit of a sealing foam to go through there as well. So that's what we've done there. We're still got to put the all the rest of the cabling in conduit and things like that. I've still got to run a few more wires yet, so we won't get too hung up on trying to seal it all up and tape it all up yet. But I'm waiting for a few more things, so we'll give that a miss for today. Now what I'm getting stuck into now is, obviously you can see here, and I've cut out, also haven't cut out yet, but I've marked out the position for the hot water unit. So we've got an endless hot water system, which I had on the opposite side, which I cut out before, and then I changed the plans and we moved the kitchen on the opposite side. So that's the unit there. So got to clean up a bit of glue that we had on it from moving it from last time, but that's going to sit on the the driver's side of the bus, and it will be underneath the kitchen bench. So we've got the carcass here for the oven and cooktop, and here is where the hot water service will go. It'll sit out roughly probably about there, something like that. We'll build a nice little box around it, and we're going to put the sink just there next to the toilet and shower. So I've ordered a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. We've got three-way taps, we've got sinks, shower roses, door handles, heaps of stuff coming. So we'll show you all that once we get it. But I've also ordered yesterday TVs, TV brackets, some more wiring, hundreds and hundreds of things. So we've got some awning lights. I've got an awning coming, and also stay tuned. We've got a lot of stuff. I've purchased a lot of things. We've got reading lights, and anyway, the list goes on, but we'll show you as we go. Still waiting for the rest of the electrical side of things with the Energive. That's been a bit of a headache just in itself, but nevertheless, we'll get there in the end. And that's what we're going to do. So let's get stuck into cutting this hole out for the hot water service, and we can get that all mounted up today, and then we can start fitting out the rest of it and putting the roof sheets up. And I've spoken to a few people to do the 240 electrical, so we're going to get them out to help us with that, so we can get that all certified legit, and we'll move on from there. So let's get stuck into cutting this out. It has been a hot second. We have been running around getting extra parts and things and taps and sinks and all that jazz from a new place that I have found. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, they're all new. They're still getting set up, but there is some killer stuff there. Website's not up yet. The showroom is not complete, but nevertheless, you can still go down there and you can still get what you need. So, the place is called Caravan Camping Oz. Now, they're in Campbellfield. I'll leave a link down in the description of this actual place, and I'll show you all the things that we've got from there later on. So we've got sinks, taps, electrical cables. They got everything, lights, you name it. I've spent a pretty penny there, but they have everything there to suit your budget. So if you're keen and you're fitting out a caravan, motorhome, bus, whatever it is, jump down there and check out the range that they have. It is incredible. They also supply hundreds of the actual caravan manufacturers that are here in Melbourne already. So if you're keen to check all that out, the link's down in the description. There is loads and loads of stuff, so it is awesome. Let's get back to the bus. Welcome back. Right, now, as you've seen just before, we are cutting out the hole for the hot water system. So I'll show you what I've done so far. We've cut out the hole. I've just got a couple of clamps in there holding, because we've done a bit of Kickass on there as well to hold the brace in place. So this is braced up the top, which we'll put a couple of screws up in there. And then down the bottom here, obviously you can see that there's a steel brace that runs through there. So that's supporting underneath there, as you can sort of see. And basically I've just Kickassed it all the way around, and that's the frame, the pocket, if you will, for the hot water system to slide in and out of. Now we're going to obviously brace it up, put a support underneath so that all the weight is not just hanging off the side. So we'll brace all that up. We'll build an actual box for it so it's all neat and tidy, and that's basically going to sit underneath the kitchen bench. Now we've been, as I mentioned before, we went down to Caravan Camping Oz, and we have bought just about nearly everything for this bus to fit it out. So what we're going to do there is I'll give you a show of every single thing that we've purchased from there so far, minus obviously some electrical cable, which we just got this stuff here. It's 100 meters of it. It's just a 4mm twin core. So that's one of the other things that we've got. And yeah, it's some very, very nice stuff there. Definitely worth the look if you're going to fit one of these out. They've got everything from very high-end stuff to just your budget-friendly stuff as well. So they cater for everyone's budget. So that is the awesome part about them. They are a combined company. They're Aluma and Finch. They've joined together, and they've created this company which has absolutely everything: your Thetford appliances, rooftop tents, switches, lights, you name it. It's all there. Their website and catalog will be out towards the end of May, maybe June. See how they go. The showroom is not finished yet either. That it's probably going to be said and done around the same time, but they are still you know, distributing from their warehouse. So if you want to go down there, have a look at some of the product range that they've got in their showroom, definitely go check it out. Speak to Chad. I dealt with him. He is awesome to deal with. He is the best customer service person I've ever met in my entire life. Now, for someone to just let me in off the street, the door was locked, I hit the buzzer, he come in, welcome, beautiful. He's a really great guy. So recommend speaking to Chad if you want to get a hook up on some decent gear. So let's get back into the bus, finish off this, mount this hot water system, and then we can move on to something else. Okay, so I've let the Kickass dry on the timber on the body. Now this is the frame that goes on for the hot water service to slide in the back, and then screws to it. So these holes here on the outside, they screw to the body, and then these little holes on the inside there, they screw into the hot water unit itself. So that's how that is. Now this looks a little bit worse for wear, because I had to remove it from the other side because obviously changed locations. But nevertheless, we'll get it all squared up and put it in and mount it all up to make it all watertight. Let's get into it. There you have it. It is all installed, all done. I just got to build obviously the frame for the inside so that it's all supported, and then everything's hunky-dory, and then we're going to call the plumber out to plumb it up with the gas and all that jazz. So that's basically it. It's a bit dusty. We'll just give it a clean off. But yeah, as you can see, the Kickass is a bit untidy, but when I come to paint it, when that all dries up, I'll just sand it all up, and we'll paint actually this frame here itself the same color as the body. Now, on the color of the body, so I have been around today at the paint shop and have decided on a color. Now, it is not what you might think. You might think that I might be painting this thing black and white with some stripes or something like that. That is not the case. So we are doing it a color. Now, if you can guess what the color is, leave it down in the comments there, and we'll see. We might do a bit of a giveaway. Whoever gets the color right will give you something, but we'll work that out as we go on. But we'll do a bit of a giveaway if you get the color correct. So that's it. We're going to finish off the inside of it, so let's get into it. Righto, we are working into the night. So I have installed the water service, as you can see. I have managed to make a support brace underneath it, so we'll give you a bit of a look at that. And at the moment, I am putting a beam across here so we can screw all the kitchen cabinets and things too. So this is the unit. Nothing pretty. I'm going to put walls of gloss white Laminex in here to dress it up, so when you open underneath the sink, you won't see any of this. You'll just see this wall here, and all the rest of this will be covered in nicely. So that's what we're going to do. So at the moment, we're just going to mount this here, and then get stuck into building the rest of it. Let's do it.
Perfect
Right, I've been a bit busy off camera, so I have made myself a bed frame. So as you can see, there's a bed frame there. It's just made it out of some 12mm structural ply. Now at the moment, we're just in the process of making it stronger on the corners and things like that. So I've cut a couple of right angles and things. So they're going to be gusseted in the side there, just like that. So there's going to be a couple of them, about 3. And then obviously we're going to support it down the bottom, but you'll see how we do that in a minute. Let's get into putting these on. At the moment I'm just making some bracing up, just to brace it all together and keep everything square. As you can see here, I've just stepped it in a bit. There's a bit of plywood here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a bit of plywood just over the face plate here, so that once this opens all over, that it's all uniform across there. So when you just put a little strap on there, little seatbelt strap or something, and then you can lift the bed up, and then just that section there, and you just have a little pocket basically under there to strengthen everything up. So that's how we're going to do that. That's how that's going to be, and then we'll start screwing it to the actual headboard. But at the minute we're just trying to square up the bottom, and then we can secure the front bit there. So that's what we'll do. Excuse the mess, guys, but that's it. We've completely made the bed base. That board just against the wall on the left there, that goes in the middle, and that obviously is going to be the electrical bay at the back of the bed. So that's how we've made it. It's all constructed. A little bit of 9mm plate just sitting in there. Got all the gussets and that in there, and I've still got to run a couple of beams across from there to the other side, alongside with the board that's got to go in here. So that board goes in there. As I said, I've got to run a beam across the top there and another one down the bottom. But we're going to make that removable, so that if there's any issues later on down the track with the electrical side of things and the battery, they'll be easy to access. You just remove that plate. So that's what we're going to do there. Now it's just going to be one big box at the back of the bed there. I've removed the box that come out of. We're going to mount that to the wall, and I'll just build a nice little box around it so that it's all tidy. All the Enerdrive stuff's going to go on the side there. And as I said, this board here is for the bus itself. That is going to get put against the wall here, and then that'll free up a bit more space here for the lithium battery box, which we have to externally vent out the back there as well. So we'll mount that to the wall, and that'll free up a bit more room here to put the battery, and then all the Enerdrive stuff and inverters, all that jazz will go on this side. All the wiring and fusing and stuff like that will go there. Now I've cut another board. As I said, I've cut another board here. This is what we'll probably mount all the Enerdrive stuff to. I've got to build some more brackets for this board still, but this board here is going to sit in there, and I'll probably sit it on the angle like that. So that board will go up against there, and then that'll sit there as well. Probably not on that much of an angle, probably just a little bit less like that. and everything will sit neatly on there, and a lot of the wires will be hidden behind, and it'll just be nice, one nice big neat unit underneath the bed. So as I said, this wall here will be removable, so you know, if you need to access anything, you can get in here, no worries, instead of having to unscrew the bed, because with the mattress on, there's no way that this bed is going to lift up out of the way like it is now. So even if you remove the gas struts, you got the mattress there, so you have to remove the mattress. So forward thinking, that's how we're going to do it. Remove this wall, access all your electrical, happy days. So that's the bed frame all done. The 9mm plate is just sitting there. That's all done there. That's going to sit on there. And then a nice strip of white Laminex or black, whatever we decide to do the bed frame around the outside. Underneath the bed, probably just going to leave it raw plywood. The floor we'll put some lino or something, but we'll just leave it raw. We'll see how I'm feeling. If I've got some scraps left over, we may do it, but for now we'll just leave it. And then yeah, basically the rest of the fit out begins, because now I have reference points for the electrical, and I know how long and how far the bed's going to come, and mattress and things like that, so we can start building the overheads and all that jazz. But first things first is to get stuck into finishing off the electrical in the roof. I've got a guy that's doing the 240 for us. He's coming out next week to tell us what we need to do there for PowerPoints and things like that. So that's interesting. There's some new laws, new things. So we'll stay tuned. We'll tell you about all that as we go. But I've been working into the night. It is now dark in this bus. We've got the windscreen going in tomorrow, so that should be interesting. Hopefully we can get that all sealed up and happy days. No more weather inside the bus. So we're just going to finish off that. I've got the roof sheets to go to put on the roof, finish the electrical, and happy days. It's going to start coming together very quickly. We've ordered the awning. The awning should be here next week as well. That is a 17-foot by 8-foot awning. Forget the name of the brand, but I'll leave a link down in the description for the products as well. And we'll show you all the other stuff that we got as well. But I've ordered so much stuff. It's all happening. It's just money. But the finished product's going to look really cool. So I hope you enjoy it. That's it for this one. And stay tuned for next week, where we explain basically all the ins and outs, the tapware, the TVs, all the products that we have. And we'll give you a good rundown of all the electrical side of things as well once I start installing that. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when the next one comes out. We hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for the next. Yew!
Chili.
Righty-o. So we're at